Family, welcome to the channel. Kick your shoes off on the way in, would you? Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the hype button if that option is available, and preemptively leave a comment right now saying, hey, I am here for more Sleep Token, right? We're going back into the archives this time. And Sleep Token, there's a lot of toxic thoughts. Have you ever had a toxic thought? I think ever since I was 5, I've assumed that when I die, it will be the kind of death that will take everyone else in the world out. It was probably because I had a fascination with dinosaurs. I was like, you know what? An asteroid took out the dinosaurs and it killed all of them. None of them died alone. So I was like, yeah, whatever takes me out eventually will be the kind of event that destroys the world. The world can't go on without me. That doesn't make any sense to a 5-year-old. It's kind of it's a kind of a toxic thought, though, right? But you know what rhymes with Sleep Token? Being broken. Kind of a slanted rhyme, but it fits in there. Being broken's a big part of what makes Sleep Token so alluring to those of us for whom their music has deeply resonated, right? Covering Sleep Token's music on this channel has been a very unique kind of blessing because Vessel invites you into an entirely different universe to be a fly on the wall, to observe a beautiful kind of secret toxic conversation between he and Sleep. Right? I said one time that Sleep Token's music is kind of for nosy people who kind of like to listen in, And the reason I say we get to be a fly on the wall isn't just because of the private nature of the conversation being played out in the music. It's in the depth of the poetry itself, right? Some of the lyrics are uncannily tough to penetrate. Like, I've been waking up under blades, blue blossom days, just hoping Damocles would hit me back. We get some lines from Vessel, to be sure. Guys, without any further ado, we're going to go right into it. The song is called Thread the Needle, and we're going through the entire project. If you want the project prior to the whole thing being dropped on YouTube, visit us in the Patreon. The entire album is going to be released on the Patreon before it trickles down to the YouTubes. Family, thank you, and here we go.
Bury me inside Labyrinth bed. We can feel that time is dilated.
Guys, calling the bed a labyrinth is crazy. A labyrinth is something that's difficult to leave, right? I mean, I'm a man of a certain age. I understand that sometimes you wake up in the morning and you just kind of want to lay there. But it's especially hard to leave when you're next to the person you love, especially when the sexual dynamic, given the lore, is the only dynamic that isn't toxic. Right? He says we can feel that time is dilated, meaning time stands still for us when it keeps moving for normal people. That's kind of what's so dope about Sleep Token is they have an uncanny ability to pack so much meaning into such quick and simple statements. We'll go back a couple bars. I'm going to let him cook.
Bury me inside this labyrinth bed.
That's fire.
We can feel the time is dilated. We can spend the night in fascination. You can thread the needle time and time again.
I was wondering when the word again would make an appearance in a Sleep Token song. Again, right? Again is a song. It's just a word that's in every Sleep Token song. Fam, thread the needle is not necessarily a colloquialism that I'm deeply familiar with, but it's something kind of like finding a through line. It's Hegelian. Vessel and Sleep are almost like two forces in opposition, but they complete each other at the same time. And hear me out. You don't want your relationship to be too smooth. If it is, it becomes meaningless. You want a partner that you can contend with, right? Otherwise, you won't be forced to become the type of man or woman that you have the potential to become. You know what I mean? Fire. Continue, please. Talk to me.
Time and time again. You turn the lights down. Come on, and find out. You turn the lights down. Come on, and find out.
Guys, listen, hear me out. You turn the lights down is a whole entire bar, baby. Don't let that be lost on you. Asking someone to turn the lights down, especially in a song this inundated with sexual innuendos, has an obvious shallow meaning, right? It's saying, like, let's set the mood, right? I get it. But if you grasp the toxic side of Sleep Token, you realize that the darkness that comes when the lights are out is also talking about chaos. Turning the lights down means make yourself harder to find. Let me be unpredictable. I'm telling you, this is fire. Vessel plays with bars. There's always a double meaning.
Come on, and find out. Something to confide in. Something to erase. Just look where we're lying. Invisible space.
See, Vessel can't get one over on me. Not me. He actually has several times. But just look at where we're lying. That line operates on a brilliant linguistic double meaning, fam. This is why Vessel raps sometimes. Vessel's a rapper. Salute. On a literal level, lying refers to, the physical orientation of two lovers, presumably like lying in bed in a state of post-sexual reflection, maybe. It's an invitation to pause and look at the physical reality of their proximity. But on a psychological level, lying is lying. It's like telling untruths. It's an acknowledgement of the fabrication and the omission, the false narratives they've spun in order to keep the relationship alive. And Sleep Token goes to this place again and again. It kind of poses a diagnostic question, like, look at the massive web of deception that we've constructed just to be next to each other, right? Listen to that again and listen to the double entendre behind lying.
Just look
Go back a couple bars.
fighting.
Right here. Something to confide in. Here it comes after this.
Something to erase. Just
Look at where we're lying. Lying.
Invisible space.
Yeah, that's fire.
We can spend the night in fascination. You can thread the needle time and time again.
Guys, what's crazy about this bridge here, I mean this solo moment, is that the background kind of seems to be like sirens, like something is trying to kind of wake you up, right? It's a very, very strange sound in the background. Listen to that. It's like.
It's time. The lights down. Come on. Find out. It's time. The lights down. Come on, find out.
Did you guys just hear that scream? What is that? Fam, this is early Sleep Token. I'm wondering how many people heard this and was like, yo, they call themselves a metal band, but this is the first instance of a metal sound and there are no lyrics to this part, right? I was like, I wonder, let me know if you were there for like the early Sleep Token era and how jarring it was to kind of have this kind of sound for the first time. Fire. Fam, I remember that I just recently, I think one of the last Sleep Token reactions that I did was to the song Provider. And he said, I want to wrap you in silk like a spider. And it's like, okay, it's like at first, wrap you in silk sounds like a luxury, but then the spider is there to kill you. There's always just the darkness and the light striving to overwhelm each other in Sleep Token lyrics. And that's kind of what it reminds me of again when he says, you turn the lights down, which is like, ooh, let's set the mood. And then it says, come on and find out, which is like, to me, it's a lightly veiled threat. Very, very interesting how they've been capable so many times of capturing that dynamic and having us get lost in it. Guys, we're going right into Fields of Elation. Once again, if you want to see Fields of Elation before it drops on the YouTube, definitely hit us up in the Patreon, and the entire drop will be there waiting for you. Please support your boy. Salute. Thank you. Correspond with me down in the chat, and we'll see you next time. Have an amazing week.